O'Reilly!
Save on your next oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Choose Castrol Edge Full Synthetic Motor Oil to provide maximum performance and protection for your engine. Get a $15 gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Castrol Edge for $34.95. Plus 2 times O Rewards points. Offer valid in-store and online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Other shows we have for you to enjoy at myclassicradio.net. The Avengers was most certainly not a household name in South Africa prior to the radio series. With no national television service until 1976, the mechanism simply was not present in the country to show television programs to mass audiences. While many other countries reveled in the filmed adventures of John Steed and company, South Africa was not equipped to join in the fun. The series took Britain by storm and made a major impression in the American markets, being that greatest of rarities, a British series given a network transmission slot. However, as a filmed series, rather than a videotaped one, The Avengers was able to gain a modicum of exposure in South Africa through film rentals. Come and listen at myclassicradio.net.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Counter Spy.
Washington calling David Harding, counter spy. Washington calling David Harding, counter spy.
Harding, counter spy, calling Washington.
United States counter spies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
These counter spy reports to the American people are brought to you each week at this time. Now, the case of the hideous hijacker. Would you care for a drink, Dillon?
Don't mind if I do, Mrs. Shelby.
Myra, would you?
Scotch, isn't it, Dillon?
Yes.
Anything for you, Carl?
No, thank you, my dear.
That's a nice view of the ocean you have, Mr. Shelby. There's nothing like a California beach house, I always say.
No. Right now, Dillon, I'm only interested in what you have to say about the business at hand.
Yes, I found your man.
Uh-huh. You're sure that he can handle this sort of thing?
With the greatest of ease and experience.
Here's your drink, Dillon.
Thank you.
Who is this man?
His name is Roxy Madera.
Madera, huh? Roxy Madera.
Sound familiar to you, Mr. Shelby?
Oh, he's the one who was released recently from the federal penitentiary?
He's the one. I was Roxy's attorney before the state relieved me of my practice.
Tell me, Dillon, is this man, this Roxy Madera, willing to take risks?
Risks that could cost lives, including his own.
Listen, a life to Roxy Madera is no more than a grain of sand. Well, Mr. Shelby, what do you say?
I say Roxy Madera is our man. Get him.
Gee, Roxy, you still dance as good as ever.
Sure, Billy. I'm a regular ballet star.
I missed you awful, honey.
Yeah?
Yeah, awful. Now it'll be like old times again.
Better. Give me a kiss.
Roxy.
Never mind the kiss. Answer the door.
Oh, Dillon.
Hi. You took your time getting here, Dillon.
Sorry, Roxy. Held up in traffic.
Okay, let's not waste time. Sit down. Billy, shut that phone off, huh?
Yeah, all right.
And go in the other room and powder your nose or something. Okay, Dillon, what have you got?
Well, I spoke to that certain party.
Just the facts.
Yeah, all right. The shipments consist of antibiotics.
Anti-what?
Certain types of drugs, such as penicillin, sulfur, and aureomycin.
So?
These drugs are being shipped down the coast regularly by truck to certain warehouses in this area. From there, the drugs are distributed, some of them shipping overseas to military stations. So you want some of the loads hijacked?
As many as possible.
Who for?
Why, I am not free to reveal names. The certain party will pay well for each load.
Like what?
Oh, 15,000.
Uh-huh. And your cut?
5.
Kind of greedy, ain't you, Dillon?
Oh, no, I don't think it's unfair, Roxy. After all, I went through a lot of trouble. I made the arrangements.
Okay, quit bleeding. When's the first job?
Tuesday night. Now, what about your crew?
I'm a one-man crew. I bring Billy along just for the kicks.
Well, that's all right. After we work out the details, I'll leave the rest to you, because I know the job will be done with your usual thoroughness.
That's right, Dillon. When Roxy Madera knocks off a hijack, it stays knocked off.
I'll be glad when this haul is over, Vic. I'm pooped.
Me too, Joe. What a way to make a living, huh?
There could be worse ways.
Give me a for instance.
I'm sorry you asked the question. Hey, Vic, up ahead.
Yeah, there's a car blocking the road.
Guy's waving us down.
With a gun.
Better pull up, Vic.
Okay, you two, come on down. What is this? Down.
Hey, look, Mac, you can't pull a thing like this. Go!
I can't pull it, huh?
Roxy, why did you do that?
That felt like it, Billy, because it's the best way to operate. Any arguments?
No, Roxy. No argument.
Agent Braden, Los Angeles Counter Spy Field Office, to David Harding, Headquarters, Washington. A truckload of antibiotics was hijacked last night in this area. Both drivers murdered and bodies left on roadside. Truck missing. No further details. We'll keep you posted.
All right, you two guys. Like I told a friend, when Roxy Madera knocks off a hijack, it stays knocked off.
Agent Braden, Los Angeles, to Harding Headquarters. Report just received that third truckload of antibiotics has been hijacked. Pattern continues same. Both drivers murdered. Standing by for any special orders.
Harding, Headquarters, Washington. To Agent Harry Peters, Philadelphia Field Office.
Peters, go ahead, Mr. Harding.
I'm leaving here immediately by jet. We'll pick you up at the airport there.
What's up, Chief?
We're flying out to Los Angeles. I'll lay out the details for you later.
Come on, Mr. Harding. Give on with the details, will you? You've had me second-guessing my head off.
We're going out to Los Angeles, Peters, to supervise a hijacking investigation.
Hijacking investigation? With all the big stuff going on these days, I'd have thought that would be a strictly lower echelon operation.
Not when there's a threat to national security.
Maybe I should keep my big mouth shut and listen. Go ahead, Chief.
Peters, you're familiar with the importance of antibiotic drugs.
I sure am. Penicillin did the job for me when I had that strep throat 2 years ago.
Well, in the past 2 weeks in the Los Angeles area, 3 truckloads of antibiotics were hijacked. In each case, the drivers were murdered.
Nothing to go on yet?
So far, nothing. Those drugs, Peters, were not only to be made available for civilian use, but a great portion was to be shipped to our armed forces overseas. And I don't doubt some of those hijacked drugs will find their way overseas.
I don't follow.
We've been receiving reports from our agents in the Asian sector that American antibiotic drugs have been smuggled behind the Iron Curtain.
Oh? Which means that in case of an emergency, we could be short on such supplies, and they could be well stocked.
It could mean that.
We've got a big job in front of us, Chief.
Big is right, Peters. Every minute counts.
For every minute he keeps me waiting, Billy, so help me, Dillon is going to pay.
He'll be here, Roxy.
Give me a cigarette.
Sure. Here.
So light it.
Here. Awful dark here, Roxy.
Ain't so dark I can't count. Car's coming up the road.
I hope it's Dylan.
It better be.
That you, Roxy?
Yeah, it's me, Roxy.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I got caught
In traffic, yeah, I know. Make with a payoff, Dylan.
With pleasure, my friend. Here you are. For the 3 jobs. It's all there.
Minus the withholding tax.
What? Oh, you mean my little cut?
Don't get cute.
No, I only...
Come on, Roxy. You got the money. Let's get
Keep
back
your
to...
halter on. I got something to say to the middleman here.
Well, what's on your mind?
You. I don't like a middleman. A middleman's a leech.
Oh, look.
You look, middleman. Now I know who that certain party is on the other end of the deal.
You know?
Carl Shelby. He's the guy who's paying off, right?
How'd you find
I
out?
trailed you one night to Shelby's beach shack down in Palos Verdes. I'm the kind of a guy who doesn't like to do business with a guy I don't know.
Oh, you'd like to meet Shelby, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's all right, Roxy. I'll take you to Shelby.
Now you will. I'll go there myself. I don't need a middleman to introduce me to Carl Shelby.
All right, Braden. Thanks. Peters,
Yes, Mr. Harding.
come in here, will you?
What is it, Chief?
Agent Braden just called in. Peters, looks as if we've got our first real break in the case.
They located the trucks?
No. The body of a man named George Dillon was found by the state police a few hours ago in the outskirts of town.
George Dillon. What's his background?
A disbarred lawyer. Now, here's the tie-in Braden came up with. Dillon once represented Roxy Madeira, and according to our records, Madeira was released from prison 6 months ago after serving a term for interstate hijacking.
So you figure that Madeira's in on this case, hmm?
Yes. Braden also found out that Dillon and Madeira were seen together recently.
And Madeira should have some interesting answers to our questions.
Yes, he should. But Braden reports no trace of Madeira.
Oh?
So, Peters,
Yes, sir.
I want a pickup bulletin for Madeira sent to all our field officers.
Get right on.
Wait a minute, Peters.
Yeah.
One more thing. Until further notice, I want an armed guard placed on every truck in the Pacific Coast area carrying antibiotics. Maybe playing both ends against the middle will work out for us.
Now, don't tell me, Shelby, you miss your middleman.
Well, not for personal reasons, Roxy. But you've endangered my entire operation by murdering Dillon.
Like those waves out there, it'll blow over.
Maybe you didn't hear me before. The counter spies are looking for you.
So let them look. They won't find me here. I don't get in your way, do I, Myra?
Of course not. I find you stimulating company.
See, Shelby? I ain't in anybody's way.
Roxy, I think it would be best for all concerned if you were to take a trip south. Say, to Mexico.
Who asked you to do any thinking for me? If I want to take a powder to Mexi, I will. If I want to stay here, I will. Just don't lay out any cook's tour for me.
I'm going into my office now. There's some business that I have to take care of.
Oh, who's holding you here?
Myra, would you care to go with me?
I've got a terrible headache, Carl. Really.
Very well.
Aspirin's good for a headache, Myra.
Really?
Yeah. But I got something even better. Come here. See what I mean?
You don't waste time, do you?
Do you?
What do you think? I'd like a drink.
So?
No ice in the bucket. You'll find some in the kitchen.
I'm used to Billy getting the ice.
Well, now you'll have to get used to my ways.
Okay.
Yes?
I want to see Roxy.
Oh. Billy, I believe is your name.
That's my name.
20. Well, I won't ask you in. You already are.
Where's Roxy? Don't lie. And why didn't he call me in 3 days?
Why don't you ask him?
I'll make this easy for you to understand. Simple.
I'm sure anything you have to say will be simple.
Stay away from Roxy.
And if I don't...
I'll beat you up so hard you look like cake batter.
Well, you make your point rather colorfully.
Yes, well, don't make me prove it.
It seems to me that Roxy's become bored with you of his own free will. And to know you is to understand why.
Why, you... I'll give you something to understand.
Well, it'll take more than you.
Ow, my hair!
Black roots, I'll bet.
Other shows we have for you to enjoy at myclassicradio.net. The Black Museum was a 1951 radio crime drama program independently produced by Harry Alan Towers and based on real-life cases from the files of Scotland Yard's Black Museum. Ira Marion was the scriptwriter, and music for the series was composed and conducted by Sidney Torch. Although often mistakenly cited as being produced for the BBC, the series was produced and syndicated commercially by Towers throughout the English-speaking world. Come and listen at myclassicradio.net.
Come on,
break it up.
I'll kill her, so help her.
Break it up, I said. There's feathers all over the
Let
place.
me go, Roxy, let me go.
Sit down, Billy. Stay there if you don't want me to bust you in the face. Sorry, Myra. This one's got no manners.
Roxy, you're a rat, a no-good two-timing rat.
Me, no manners. She doesn't even know how to talk in front of a lady. I told you to stay in that chair.
You don't have to worry. I'm not going to touch your lady. I had an idea why you didn't call. I had the right idea. You're going to be sorry, Roxy. Real sorry.
I'll have that drink now, Roxy.
As soon as I get back.
Where are you going?
There's no telling what a jealous dame will do. I didn't like the way she said I was going to be sorry. I didn't like it at all.
May I help you? Operator, get me the Counter Spy Field Office in Los Angeles.
Counter Spy Field Office in Los Angeles. One moment, please.
Roxy!
You are listening to the case of the hideous hijacker on Counter Spy. There's top listening every Sunday evening with the Chimes. Tonight, The Big Show brings you another great array of stars. Tallulah Bankhead, Ed Wynn, Fred Allen, Ed Gardner, Jack Carson, and a host of others. Also this evening, Theater Guild on the Air presents another outstanding story. It's Theater by Somerset Maugham, and starring will be Gloria Swanson and Melvin Douglas. Now, back to Counter Spy.
Harding, Control Car S1 to Field Office, Los Angeles.
Agent Braden, Los Angeles Field Office.
Braden, what about the report on those bullets?
Just checked with ballistics, sir. They'll have it any second. Anything turn up at your end?
Well, Peters is still in the tavern inquiring. Call me as soon as you have that report.
Will do.
How'd you make out, Peters?
Batting average 1,000.
Yeah?
3 out of 3 people in that tavern identified Billy Horton as Roxy Madera's girlfriend.
All right, Johnson, back to the field office.
Too bad Billy didn't live to finish that phone call to us. Any reports come in while you were waiting for me?
Well, I've been in touch with Braden. The lab check made on dust particles in Billy Horton's clothes indicate a corrosive action of sea air for a period of weeks.
It means she's been around the Bay Area for some time up to her death. And it also pins down the whereabouts of Roxy Madera.
Providing they hadn't split up.
Braden to Harding. Braden to Harding.
Harding, go ahead, Braden.
Ballistics just finished the report, Chief. The bullets which killed Billy Horton were fired from the same gun that murdered George Dillon.
Chief, that's proof enough that Roxy and Billy hadn't split up.
Braden.
Yes, sir?
Send out a special alert. Have all our patrols in this area concentrate the search for Roxy Madera in the Bay and Beach territory. I want Madera brought in, preferably more alive than dead.
And now, Roxy, we've reached a point where you're no longer visiting. You've simply moved in.
You wouldn't want me picked up, would you, Shelby?
Well, you'd be much safer in Mexico. I've offered to finance the trip.
But, Carl, it's not like you to be this inhospitable.
Inhospitable. Myra, do you realize that he intends to remain with us from now on?
And now you're losing your poise.
In a minute, he's going to lose some of his teeth. Shelby, I'm staying here just as long as I want to stay, so get used to it.
And you, Myra, am I to understand this arrangement suits you?
Well, I can't really say it doesn't suit me. Sorry.
You ungrateful little... You animal.
Get up, Shelby. The conversation's over. Get out and take a walk for yourself. The sea air will do you good.
Hey, got a message to meet you here, Mr. Shelby.
Get in the car, Sid.
Al said you had a special job you went on.
Very special. You know Roxy Madera?
Yeah, I know Roxy. He the job?
Yes. It's my wish to rid myself of Madera permanently. I'll pay you the usual price, $1,000.
Gee, I don't know, Mr. Shelby. Roxy's an awful tough customer.
Well, very well, then. $1,500.
When?
Tonight, after 10 o'clock.
Where?
You'll find him down at my beach house.
Your beach house tonight after 10.
Yeah. I'll be waiting at my office in the cannery. As soon as you're finished, come there and I'll pay you. And the quicker the better.
I'll make Roxy Madera a real quick job for you, Mr. Shelby. I'll be back for the payoff at 11.
What time is it, Myra?
2 minutes to 11, Carl. Now, why do you keep asking the time?
You'll find that out in a moment.
And why'd you call me to come here to your office at this time of the night?
You'll find that out in a moment, too.
You're acting very peculiar.
Am I? As you know, since Roxy Madera intruded upon my hospitality, I haven't been myself. And neither have you.
Are we going into that again?
Oh, you needn't be so annoyed, my dear. I shan't bother to talk to you about Roxy again. The problem has already been solved.
What do you mean?
The answer to that question is at the door. Come in, Sid.
Sid couldn't make it, Shelby.
Roxy.
Roxy, what are you doing here?
Tell her, Shelby.
I
Shelby's got his tongue tied on account of he thinks he's seen a ghost. He had me fingered for a knockoff.
What?
Your boy Sid is in the cellar of your house, Shelby, with a head full of holes.
Roxy,
Shut up. Figured you'd try a stunt like that. It was all ready and waiting with his gun.
No, Roxy. No, please, wait.
Shelby, on the way up here, I was thinking what I should do about you. I could knock you off, but that'd be too easy for you. One slug and it's all over. So I figured I'd give it to you the hard way. Come on, Myra, baby, let's go. See what I mean, Shelby?
I got the message you wanted to see me here in the lab, Mr. Harding. Something special up?
Yes, very. One of our agents in Hong Kong came into possession of a parcel of American-made Oreomycin. It was scheduled for transshipment to Manchuria.
Oh?
There's the package on the lab table. It was flown back to us by special plane.
And a lab test proves what?
Well, see for yourself, Peter. First, look into this spectroscope here.
Metallic presence.
Specifically, zinc. That zinc was clinging almost imperceptibly to the cardboard container.
And the drug container was smuggled out in the tin, or rather a zinc receptacle.
Yes. Now take a look at this other spectrograph.
I can't make it out. What is it, Chief?
The lab technician tells me it's fish.
Fish?
Yes. And I think it's going to be the means for us to catch our own fish. Put an end to this case. Harding, Control Car S1 to all raid squads. Take your designated positions. We're going in now. Come on, Peter.
Right. A cannery, Chief. I never figured it this way.
We'll go in through this door. Keep me covered.
Right.
There's a light in the office down there. Come on, let's go.
No need for surprise, gentlemen. I was half expecting you.
Stand up and get away from that desk.
All right. Anything you say.
Carl Shelby?
Yes, that's my name.
You're under arrest by the United States government for espionage and complicity in murder.
I had nothing to do with the murders.
That remains to be proven.
We know Roxy Madera is mixed up in this with you. Where is he?
It'll be a pleasure for me to tell you where Roxy is at this moment. Exactly where he is.
I'm afraid, Roxy, you've permanently destroyed Carl Shelby's equilibrium.
I told you to forget about Shelby, didn't I, Myra? Concentrate on me.
It's difficult not to. You know that.
Sure.
But I can't help wondering about Carl. He won't take kindly to orders.
He'll take orders from me, or he'll take what Dylan and Billy got. Anyway, who needs Shelby now? You got the names of his contacts overseas. I'll deal with them direct.
Roxy. Roxy Madera, who takes what he wants when he wants it.
What about you?
We're alike, Roxy. We're the people who take.
There's another way?
None. We'll go a long ways together, Roxy, you and I.
That's right, Myra. No stopping us.
What could that be? Carl has the key. He never rings.
Answer it, but don't open the door. Go ahead.
Yes, who is it?
Counter spies.
Count it.
Open up. We know you're in there, Madera. Come out with your hands up.
Roxy, what are we going to do?
Get away from that door. Here's what I'm gonna do. Try that for size, coppers.
The house is surrounded, Roxy. You haven't got a chance.
No chance, huh? Come on, Myra.
Where?
We'll make it out the side door and up the stairs to the road.
Oh, no, Roxy, we'll be killed.
Come on, I said.
Roxy, please don't let me go with you.
Like I said, you were my
I
kind.
don't want to die, please, Roxy.
Shut up.
No.
Go ahead, open the door.
They'll kill me.
Open it. Close it.
Drop your gun and come out, Roxy.
Okay, Myra, I'm going out there, but I'm going my way. Come here.
Oh, what are you doing?
Get in front of me. That's the way I'm going out.
Shoot me first.
Cops are too polite to shoot a lady. Open that door.
Please, Roxy.
Open it. I'm coming out, coppers. You shoot and this dame gets it from me. Get going, Myra. Keep moving fast.
You can't get away with it, Roxy.
You open up and the dame gets it like I said. Keep moving, Myra. Come on over to the stairs. Faster. Up the steps.
I'm behind you, Roxy. Drop your gun.
I don't want to wait, Myra. I'm making it alone.
Get it, Peters.
I'll get you, coppers. I'll get you all.
Well, Peters, that's the end of our trail and the end of Roxy Madera. Let's go.
Tune in every week, same time, same station, to Counter Spy. Listen next week for the exciting Case of the Prattling Paper.
When enemy agents thought they had silenced one of America's top research men by murder, they didn't know that his research had made paper talk like a black streak. How your counter spies gave this black streak a voice will be revealed for the first time next week in
The Case of the Prattling Paper on Counter Spy. Tonight's Counter Spy program originated in New York, was directed by Marks B. Loeb, dramatized by Edward J. Adamson, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Lionel Rico speaking. Counter Spy is a Phillips H. Lord production. Three chimes mean good times on NBC. Later today, the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show brings you another 30 minutes of laughs with Phil and Alice, Frankie, Julius, and the whole cast. Listen later for the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. And for radio's greatest spectacle, NBC brings you The Big Show with Tallulah, Fred Allen, Ed Wynn, and many, many more. Stay tuned for Tallulah Bankhead and the fabulous Big Show on NBC.